What if the wealthiest person on your street is not the one with the luxury car or the biggest house, but the one you would never suspect? Welcome to FinSumm, where we break down the world's most powerful financial books on personal finance, wealth building, and entrepreneurship into practical, easy-to-understand summaries. Today, we are diving into The Millionaire Next Door by Thomas J. Stanley and William D. Danko, a groundbreaking book that shatters the myths about what it truly means to be wealthy. After decades of research studying real millionaires across America, the authors discovered that most wealthy individuals don't look the part, and they certainly don't live like Hollywood portrays them. Let's explore the surprising habits and timeless lessons from those who quietly build wealth, often hidden in plain sight. Part 1. Who really are the millionaires? The average millionaire is not who you think they are. Forget the celebrities, CEOs, or Silicon Valley tech entrepreneurs you see in the media. The real millionaires in America are ordinary people, teachers, small business owners, accountants living in modest homes, driving practical cars, and investing consistently. Here's the first big revelation. Wealth is not about income. It's about accumulation. Let me put it simply. You can earn a huge salary and still be broke, and you can earn a modest income and become a millionaire. It's what you keep, not what you make. Take Maria, for example. She's a school administrator, earning about $85,000 a year. Not a fortune, right? But Maria lives in a modest home in a middle-class neighborhood, drives a 7-year-old Toyota, and has been investing 20% of her income since her 20s. At 55, she has over $2 million in assets. Compare that to a surgeon making $400,000 annually. He lives in an exclusive neighborhood, leases a new luxury car every 2 years, and takes lavish vacations. Despite his impressive income, James has less than $500,000 saved at age 50. Why the difference? Millionaires like Maria live below their means, save diligently, and make financial independence their priority, not status or image. They don't wear designer clothes. They shop at regular stores. They avoid debt like it's a contagious disease. Most importantly, they value financial security over social appearance. And that makes all the difference. Part 2. The 7 Common Traits of Millionaires. After studying thousands of millionaires, Stanley and Danko uncovered 7 shared characteristics that most wealthy individuals live by. Think of these as the unwritten rulebook of the quietly wealthy. First, they live well below their means. Real millionaires spend far less than they earn. It does not matter if they make $80,000 or $300,000. They maintain a gap between income and expenses. They budget carefully, save consistently, and say no to unnecessary purchases even when they can easily afford them. Remember, this frugality is the cornerstone of wealth building. It's not about being cheap, it's about being intentional. Second, they allocate time and money efficiently in ways that build wealth. Millionaires treat their money like a business. They track expenses, invest strategically, and focus on long-term gains rather than short-term gratification. The average millionaire spends twice as much time planning their finances as their non-millionaire neighbor. They are not smarter, they are more disciplined. Third, they value financial independence more than social status. This might be the most powerful insight from the book. Millionaires don't care about impressing others with material possessions. Their primary goal is freedom, not attention. As one millionaire in the study put it, "I'm not interested in looking rich. I'm interested in being rich." Fourth, they didn't receive significant financial help from parents. Contrary to popular belief, most millionaires are self-made. About 80% built their wealth through discipline, not inheritance. This financial independence forced them to learn money management early. Fifth, their adult children are financially self-sufficient. Millionaires raise children who stand on their own 2 feet. They teach values, not dependency. They provide education and guidance, not handouts. Sixth, they are opportunity-focused. Many millionaires run small businesses or invest in areas others overlook. They spot value where the crowd does not. They are not waiting for lottery tickets or get-rich-quick schemes. They are building sustainable wealth over time. And seventh, they chose the right occupation. It's not about having the most glamorous job. The study found plumbers, auctioneers, and pest control business owners often accumulate more wealth than doctors and lawyers. Why? They have businesses with good profit margins, lower overhead, and fewer pressures to maintain an expensive lifestyle. Remember, it's not what you do, it's how efficiently you convert income into wealth. Part 3: UAWs versus PAWs. Now, let's talk about one of the most fascinating concepts from the book: UAWs versus PAWs. A UAW is an underaccumulator of wealth, someone who earns a good income but saves and invests little. They might look wealthy on the outside with their luxury cars and designer clothes, but their wealth is shallow. They're often just 1 or 2 paychecks away from financial trouble. A PAW, on the other hand, is a prodigious accumulator of wealth, someone who builds wealth efficiently, usually saving at least 15 to 20% of their income and investing wisely. PAWs might not look rich, but they have substantial net worth. So how do you know which one you are? The authors provide a simple formula. Multiply your age by your annual income, then divide by 10. That's your expected net worth. Let me give you a real-world example. Imagine Sophia, who is 40 years old and earns $100,000 a year. 40 into $100,000 equal to $4 million. $4 million divide by 10 equal to $400,000. According to this formula, Sophia should have a net worth of about $4 million to be on track. If her net worth is double, that $8 million or more, she's a PAW efficiently converting income to wealth. If her net worth is less than half, under $200,000, she's a UAW, spending too much and saving too little. This calculation is not perfect, but it's a great reality check. It shows that wealth is not about age or income. It's about the percentage of income you keep and invest over time. The most surprising finding: many people with modest incomes are PAWs, while many high-income professionals are UAWs. Remember, your income is like the fuel for your financial engine, but your savings rate is what determines your speed toward wealth. Part 4: The hidden cost of chasing status. So why do so many high earners stay financially vulnerable? One word: status. They chase the appearance of wealth instead of actual wealth. Think about it. The luxury car in the driveway, the oversized home in the prestigious neighborhood, the designer clothing and accessories, they all make us look rich. But here's the brutal truth: they are often wealth destroyers, not wealth builders. Let me share a story from the book about 2 neighbors. Dr. North is a successful physician earning $300,000 annually. He lives in a $1.2 million home, drives a $90,000 car, and wears custom suits. Everyone assumes he's wealthy. His neighbor, Mr. South, owns a small warehouse business. He lives in a $400,000 home, drives a 5-year-old truck, and shops at department stores. Most people would not give him a second look. The reality? Mr. South has 3 times the net worth of Dr. North. Why? Because Mr. South focuses on value, not labels. He buys quality, but not luxury. He drives vehicles for 10 years plus. He does not upgrade just because he can. He upgrades when it makes practical sense. The result? He has financial peace of mind. He owns his time, and he does not care if his neighbors notice. This is the millionaire mindset, understanding that every status purchase comes with 2 price tags: the financial cost and the opportunity cost of what that money could have grown into if invested. As Warren Buffett once said, if you buy things you don't need soon, you will have to sell things you need. Today on the show, we're diving into the world of economic indicators. These are the numbers that tell us how the economy is doing. Things like GDP, unemployment rates, and consumer confidence. But what do these indicators really mean? How are they calculated? And how should we interpret them? We'll break it all down for you, with the help of some experts, to make sense of the numbers that shape our world. Part 5. Economic Outpatient Care. Now let's discuss something that might hit close to home for many parents, what the authors call Economic Outpatient Care, or EOC. This refers to the financial support many parents provide to their adult children, and how it often backfires. The research revealed something counterintuitive. Adult children who receive regular financial help from parents tend to accumulate less wealth than those who don't. Why? When we are constantly bailed out, we develop financial dependency, not financial responsibility. Let me share a real example. Two siblings, Sarah and Michael, both graduated from university. Their parents helped Sarah with a down payment on her first home, gave her money for a new car, and regularly transferred funds to help with her expenses. They wanted her to maintain a certain lifestyle. Meanwhile, Michael received less financial support. He started in a small apartment, bought a used car, and lived within his means. 20 years later, Michael has tripled the net worth of his sister. Why? He developed financial discipline early. He learned to solve his own money problems. He appreciated the value of saving and investing. The book does not suggest cutting off your children completely. Rather, millionaires tend to give less money but more wisdom. They focus on financial literacy, work ethic, and values. They might help with education or a small business startup, but they avoid subsidizing consumption or lifestyle. The result? Their kids learn to earn, save, and build their own wealth. The lesson is clear. Don't give them fish. Teach them to fish. Part 6. Choosing the right career path. One of the most eye-opening findings in the book concerns careers and wealth building. Contrary to popular belief, millionaires are often self-employed small business owners or professionals in what many would consider ordinary or even blue-collar trades, not necessarily high-status jobs. Think about businesses like dry cleaning services, construction contracting, pest control businesses, scrap metal recycling, used car dealerships. These are not glamorous, but they are often profitable, and the owners frequently become millionaires. Why does this happen? Several reasons. First, these business owners have control over their income. They can adapt to market conditions and scale their operations. Second, they often manage expenses tightly because it's their own money on the line. Third, many of these businesses have fewer competitors and higher profit margins than you might expect. And fourth, they don't face the same social pressure to look successful that doctors, lawyers, and executives do. Take Hassan, for example. After working as a mechanic for 10 years, he opened a small auto repair shop in a suburban area. Nothing fancy, just a simple business fixing cars. But Hassan is meticulous about customer service and fair pricing. 15 years later, his business brings in $900,000 annually with a 25% profit margin. He's expanded to 3 locations and has a net worth of over $4 million. The takeaway is clear. If you want to build wealth, don't just look for a high salary. Look for ownership, scalability, and stability, even in industries others might overlook. Part 7. Time planning and financial discipline. Here's something fascinating. Millionaires spend more time on their money than most people imagine. They don't obsess over daily stock market movements, but they consistently track expenses regularly. Set long-term financial goals. Review their investment portfolios. Invest early and often. Most importantly, they think in decades, not weeks or months. When the average person is planning their weekend, millionaires are planning their retirement. When others are chasing quick returns, millionaires are focused on steady growth. Their secret is not complicated. They follow simple systems, automate their savings, and avoid emotional spending decisions. If they don't understand an investment, they simply don't invest in it. If they want to make a major purchase, they save for it first. As one millionaire in the study said, "I have never made a single brilliant investment. I have just made many average ones consistently over decades." It's not flashy, it's not exciting, but it works. Financial discipline is like physical fitness. It's not about intense bursts of effort, but rather the habits you maintain day after day, year after year. Part 8. Habits you can adopt today. So what can you do right? Now to start building wealth like the millionaire next door? Here are practical habits you can begin today. First, live below your means consistently. This is non-negotiable. No matter what you earn, spend less than you make. Create a gap between income and expenses, then invest that difference. Second, budget religiously. Every dollar should have a purpose. Know where your money is going and make intentional decisions about your spending. Third, avoid unnecessary debt, especially for cars, clothes, or vacations. If it does not increase in value, think twice before financing it. Fourth, start investing early. Remember that compound interest is the ultimate wealth multiplier. Even small amounts invested consistently can grow significantly over time. Fifth, buy used cars and keep them. The average millionaire drives a car that's 2 to 3 years old and keeps it for 8 to 10 years. They understand that vehicles are tools, not status symbols. Sixth, track your net worth. What gets measured gets managed. Calculate your assets, liabilities every few months to see if you're making progress. Seventh, teach your children about money. Don't let financial literacy be a taboo topic in your home. Share your values, your struggles, and your strategies with the next generation. And finally, ignore status pressure. Your financial freedom matters more than others. Opinions about your possessions. Remember that many people who look rich are not, and many who are rich don't look it. As Stanley and Danko write, discipline and planning are the cornerstones of lasting wealth. Start small, be consistent, and trust the process. The millionaire path is not about getting rich quickly. It's about getting rich surely. Conclusion. Let's recap what we have learned from the millionaire next door. Millionaires are not who we think they are. They live modestly, often in middle-class neighborhoods. Save aggressively, far more than the average person. Invest wisely, focusing on long-term growth. Value financial independence over social approval. Build wealth quietly without drawing attention. The most powerful insight: you don't need to earn a fortune to become wealthy. You need discipline, consistency, and the mindset of a prodigious accumulator of wealth. So ask yourself, are your habits building wealth or just projecting it? Are you spending today's dollars on depreciating assets, or are you investing in your future freedom? True wealth is not about what you can buy, it's about what you can afford not to sell. It's about having options, security, and peace of mind. Thank you for joining me for this exploration of the millionaire next door. If you found this valuable, give it a like, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more summaries that help you build real financial freedom and be the millionaire next door.